And welcome back to Weather Nation. We are taking you out to Oregon, where folks out there are trying their best to beat the heat. As we're looking ahead at the forecast, today could be the last of the worst, although we're going to be staying really hot for the next couple of days. The 110s, the 115s, this should be the last of it. And last week we spoke with the American Red Cross out of Oregon in the Cascades region, and we're joined again with the CEO for the Cascades region from the Red Cross. This is Dale Kunce. He's in Salem, Oregon. How are you holding up? I know you're in one of the cooling centers there. How are things going? How have things been?
Well, I will say I'm lucky. It's cool here where I'm at in Salem, inside the office, but it is really hot outside. I looked at my phone just a minute ago, and it's 116 degrees. That's the hottest temperature I've seen maybe in my entire life.
Yeah, and I was looking at some of the temperatures yesterday. Salem broke an all-time record of 113 degrees. Now today we're talking the temperatures even hotter than that. How many people have been flocking to these cooling centers? Because I know last time we spoke, many folks in Oregon, Washington don't have air conditioning out there. So has the process been good for preventing any kind of heat stroke or anything like that?
Yeah, one of the great things about being an Oregonian is really how Oregonians look after other Oregonians. I'm a proud Red Crosser and a volunteer, and how we work together with our volunteers, checking on other neighbors, creating cooling centers with our county partners or maybe local churches and that kind of thing. We've seen a number of folks step up to say, hey, this is a place of refuge here. And basically those have been open all over the state for the last few days. And we're really seeing a lot of people calling on their neighbors or checking on their neighbors as well, which is really the best thing you can do.
That's absolutely right. And do you have an estimate of how many people have been going to these cooling centers? Has it really been helpful to folks out there?
Absolutely, yeah. So, in some of these places, we've had, maybe 5 people come. We have one in Portland that we're assisting with that has several hundred people in it. And I will say that even though it's open and only 5 people showed up, those are 5 people who are not sweating, who are safe, who are safe from this heat, and they're able to get that respite in between and get that break that you need when it's really, really hot. Anybody can walk outside for 116 degrees for a few minutes, but you really need to get that break to cool your body down to really have another opportunity for that. And so those small centers to the big centers, they're all making a difference.
And just to put into perspective for folks that aren't from the Oregon area or even people that are up there, have you ever experienced heat as hot as this? How are you keeping cool in these temperatures?
Well, just to share a personal story, my wedding anniversary is yesterday, and it was 107 degrees when I got married, and it is a lot hotter today, and it was really miserable. It's the hottest I've ever experienced in my life. And it's not something we want to repeat here. We know that climate change is going to drive that in the future, but this is a historic event.
It certainly is. Is there anything else that you want to add for anybody listening at home? Any way that folks can help people out in the area too?
Yeah, I mean, my biggest thing is to be a good neighbor, be a good friend, call and check on somebody that you know about, maybe walk next door, the folks who don't have an AC, take them a cold bottle of water, really be that good neighbor, and that's going to make the difference.
Well, thank you so much for joining us again. That is Dale Kunce out of the Red Cross in Salem, Oregon. Thanks so much for your help and everything you're doing out there to help keep people cool. We're going to talk a little bit more about the heat across the northwestern United States. To put in perspective, we're talking temperatures, all-time records. Portland, Oregon broke the all-time record on Sunday. The record before that was Saturday, and then even before that, that was in the 1980s. So it's been a historic event that's made its way through these areas, and we're going to continue to monitor the heat in the northwestern United States. But we do want to switch gears and talk about what's happening in towards the rest of the country. So we'll do a quick little Viper tour across the country to show you what's happening now. So I've put on national radar. You can see the western United States is just dealing with sweltering heat. We are dry as a bone out there, although there's a little bit of moisture making its way in towards California. Meanwhile, the rest of the country dealing with some heavy soaking rain from Texas all the way up, kind of streaming this moisture right up into towards Oklahoma, Missouri, up into the Midwest where we have flash flood warnings. But right now, severe thunderstorm warnings are to a minimum. As we get out towards the southeastern United States, you'll notice kind of this general counterclockwise rotation around Tropical Storm Danny. That's bringing some heavy rainfall and some very gusty winds in towards Savannah, Georgia. So let's show you it. Savannah, Georgia, dealing with the bands of Tropical Storm Danny. Any moment now we could see this storm make its way on shore. So let's show you what it's looking like out there. Meteorologist Matt Monroe has more details on Tropical Storm Danny.
All right, that's what it looks like in Savannah right now. Up and down the river, got a lot of rainfall coming in, gusty winds. Here is Danny. Last number of hours, a ton of lightning coming in from Savannah northward in through Charleston and then down across the Carolina coastline. So Danny's sitting right here just to the south of Charleston, trying to come on shore, very close here to Kiowa Island, down the coastline in through, let's say, Fripp Island, Hunting Island, down through Hilton Head. Look at all that rain working in out across the Savannah River. The winds are at 45 miles per hour, so definitely pretty breezy here, but that's not going to really take down a lot of trees or anything like that. It's going to be the rain coming on shore and also potentially some coastal flooding and coastal erosion here. The storm quickly moves inland here at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. By tomorrow morning, it's no longer a storm. It's down to about 30 miles per hour. And then by tomorrow afternoon, evening, it's down to about 15 miles per hour as it tracks northwest of Atlanta. So we're going to have some tropical storm force winds in between Beaufort, in through Charleston, especially the top side of the storm as it comes around. Those winds pretty much from the center northward, that's where the strongest winds are. Tropical storm warnings are up for Charleston, just about into Georgetown, South Carolina, all the way down towards Tybee Island in South Carolina. That's going to be really buffeting the Carolina and the Georgia coastline through tonight. Possibly some very heavy rain. Got to watch out for flooding. And then big swells here generated with some life-threatening surf and some rip currents as well. Today is not a good beach day. Stay out of the water. There are the winds here, 27 miles per hour just north of Charleston, with some puffs upwards of 40, 45 miles per hour. Lots of great information, including articles on weathernationtv.com.